way to the line. He wheelies, he waves. It's an appreciative British crowd here. Vermeulen has absolutely thrashed them by 10.6 seconds.
Sanyo Honda take their first win of the season, and it seems appropriate it goes to this bright new young star, Chris Vermeulen. And he's confirmed as the winner of the race. From Glenn Richards, his teammate in second place. Matt Llewellyn and David Jeffries on the Yamahas were third and fourth, with Wolsey Coulter. That's a great ride from him on the Aprilia. In the championship standings, Llewellyn still has a significant lead over his teammate Jeffries, but Richards and Vermeulen playing catch-up in third and fourth. Vermeulen, well, he gets to speak to our Claire.
Pretty perfect race for you there.
Yeah, it was good. I got in behind. I think I was in fourth in behind Glenn and the two Yamahas, and that was holding me up a little bit. So I went past them and just thought I'd sit in front. Wasn't going to try and pull away. And then my pit board was like +2, +3, and it just kept going up.
I got Matt on the last lap, or second to last lap or whatever, and that was pretty good. Chris got away, and I had a couple of big slides, and I sort of thought, well, I'm just going to have to be a bit patient here, so I had to wait for the race to wear on and let their tyres wear out a bit more, and then I had to go.
Just like got my head down, couldn't live with Chris's pace, and just kept looking at the pit, but just couldn't keep Glenn off a little, just get second, but third's good enough. We've got quite a good lead in the championship, so just use your head for that one.
But you are going to have to watch your back from now on, aren't you? These Hondas providing a bit of competition for the R1 out there now.
Oh, for sure. You know, they all want to be good at some circuits, want to be good at others, you know. It's a bit nimble, and tyres come into it, I think, today, but we'll be right, don't worry.
They should be worried. And he's not even old enough to buy what goes in the cup. Somehow lemonade doesn't seem appropriate. Next to the big boys, things are about to get a whole lot faster at Thruxton. The British Superbike Championship is contested over 24 races. At Thruxton, 20 were still to come. For the past 3 years, this man has been runner-up. Chris Walker now rides for the National Tyres Suzuki team, but last year he was with Team Kawasaki. His shoes have been filled by the likeable Aussie Peter Goddard, but it's not been easy for the ex-world superbiker.
Peter, I've got to ask you a couple of tough questions. We've now had Brands Hatch and Donington Park, really two tracks that you should have known quite well. It's not really working out for you at the moment, is it, over here?
No, it's not. I mean, we got off to a bad start. I did know the tracks, and honestly, going into Brands, we looked pretty good till Sunday morning, and then it just all went down the proverbial, didn't it? And set us back a lot. I think, you know, we've had a few really strange bike stoppages, electrical problems, which is everyone's working really hard. Just strange electrical problems, and you know, in 2 meetings we had 6 stoppages, and it's just like, you know, I must be carrying energy or something and wrecking this bike, because you're thinking, what can I be doing wrong? And it's been very frustrating, because I thought we should have done a lot better at those 2 meetings, and you know, hopefully we can get our act together and you know, have the bike reliable. It's been dead reliable, just electrical problems. So you know, get on top of that and have some good races.
Well, Thruxton's a bit of a tall order as well, and a new surface, which I suppose is quite good for you because it means everybody's got to relearn Thruxton. You've never been here before. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it's fast and bumpy. I mean, it looked fast and bumpier last year, but the surface is pretty good. It's aggressive on the tyres. I think tyre wear is going to be really important. I think if someone can, you know, 20-lap race, it's a long, long way, and there's no way you can make a break around this. I've been watching the videos backwards, and it's just big group of people going around, and if I can just hang in the group and conserve my tyres, and you know, maybe we can do something at the end. Hopefully we can get the setup better. Very limited time-wise here. There's some very strict noise restriction, so we've only got today and tomorrow, so it's a very short race meeting, but have to get down on the pace quickly.
World Superbikes, though, must have toughened you up as far as the pace is concerned when you get down to racing pace. How do you feel about World Superbike at the moment? I mean, the Aprilia has just won its first ever World Superbike race in the hands of Troy Corser in Phillip Island. You must be sick, because that's all your work.
It is, yeah, it guts me, and they've now done what they needed to do through last year, but they knew that, and they worked it into this year. I'm just gutted that I didn't get the chance to continue, because I did do all the hard work. Troy may have changed a few minor chassis things, but the main changes have been engine-wise, clutch-wise, stuff like that. And now the thing's very competitive, which I knew it had the potential of that. And the way Aprilia worked, brilliant. And I mean, they've brought it back in-house. They're doing it properly, how they should have done it to start with. And you know, the only thing I can think of is that you know, the work I've done is now showing, but it's unfortunate I don't get to reap the benefits of it.
OK, you're here, you're in a tough domestic series. It's not quite working out for you. They say when the going gets tough, the tough get wicked.
Yeah.
Is that what's going to happen with you?
Well, we certainly want to do that. I mean, I've had a really bad start of the year, and I want to get on top of it and get on top of the Kawasaki. We're a fairly new team, to be honest. There's not a lot of experience in there with the Kawasaki because it's all new this year, and so I'm learning the bike a bit. And but we're slowly getting on top of it, and I think here, we'll start to have a good race.
He's a consummate professional, despite being harangued by the likes of me. We'll be following his progress. Now, the focus of attention is so often on the factory riders, but in British Superbikes, there's another championship battle going on. The number plates are yellow. A more appropriate colour would have been bright red, because it's hot in the low-budget, non-factory scrap for supremacy.
Tell us a bit about the privateers. What is the major difference between privateer racing and obviously the works guys?
I think what it is that our bikes are probably only worth about as much as my house, whereas the factory guys, they're worth about as much as 4 times my house, that kind of thing.
What about setup and the like, and the bits and pieces that are available to you? Is it similar to them, or again, are you restricted?
Some of the privateers have got quite similar kit. I know that certainly John's running last year's factory Suzuki. We get a few bits and bobs slung our way, but to be honest, it gets kept away from me quite a lot of the time, what we actually get.
Johnny, he got one in there at you, didn't he, really, that you're running part of a factory Suzuki. How easy is it to get that kind of equipment?
I'd like to put him right. It's not an actual last year's factory Suzuki, so I'd just like to put that part right. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the equipment that you get hold of as a privateer is not the same as a factory. Even if it is, it's 2 years development down the line, so you're always going to be playing catch-up.
Do you know what I love the most about privateers? They are every bit as competitive on track and off track as the works guys are. I can see here that despite the fact you are really mates, you're not, are you?
No, it's well, out on the tarmac, it's gloves off, definitely. We're all here to have good fun. So it's it's okay in the paddock. I don't bear any grudges against old Gordon there.
Now then, about these motorcycles, obviously they're not quite the same spec as the factory guys. What's it feel like when the factory boys are clearing off in the distance? Do you just ignore them and concentrate on your own privateer race, or do you really want to be there with the factory guys, try and beat a few factory men?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the aim. Everyone's got ambitions. It's a bit of a target for us to try and catch the factory guys, the back of the factory guys. I have in past used it to my advantage to get them in between myself and Gordon to work to my advantage and vice versa. So they can be a help as well as a hindrance.
Gordon, aspiring to be a factory man, it's not just about machinery. Obviously, you've got to catch the eye of a team manager. What else do the privateers try and achieve off track to try and get inside the head of a manager?
I think it's all about the image that you project. I mean, obviously, if you can look as much like a factory rider when you wander around the paddock, whatever you're doing, then it's going to catch somebody's eye more than if you wander around wearing a pair of scruffy jeans and a T-shirt.
John, you're the man in form at the moment. You've had a fairly good ride out of Donington. What about your situation? Have you been writing letters to factory men? What's your story as far as how do you get their attention?
No, well, I think everyone's in the same boat really. As Gordon said, you've got to, it's not just the riding that is the complete package to be a factory rider. Everyone's out there trying their bit. You just got to keep trying and who knows.
20 laps, 47.12 miles then is the race distance for the opening Superbike leg of the day, and they make a wait, and it goes green, a flyer from Hudson. Oh, and he cuts right across the nose of the Suzuki there. Well, Walker just had his nose wiped severely from a very, very aggressive Neil Hudson. So, Hudson, ex-Grand Prix man, 125-500 class, ex-World Superbike man. There he is again, through these long corners. Scott Timmins picked it down by me. Certainly Hudson looks to be the smoother, and he always gains something through these very, very fast corners. Over Chris Walker in second place. Walker hustled it back on the brakes at the end of this straight.
Yeah, his big corner speed is something incredible. He's very, very fast. Fifth gear, then back.
Oh, sorry, Scotty. I've just found you out because through. Oh, take that. Hayden, he got underneath Walker, and Walker duffed him up, smacked him in the bush, and so back to fourth place goes Hayden. What a battle. Well, I think that just drew the line. Oh, good crash here in front of us. We've just seen Shaky Bird take out John Crawford.
Yeah, Shaky Bird just managed to high side Crawford, couldn't get away.
There it is. right in front of our comedy procession. Shane Byrne high-sided himself. John Crawford was taken out in the melee.